returns is a reminder that I'm not out of the clear. And all the nightmares.
So it's been a really exciting kind of 12 months for you guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel kind of looking back on all of it at the moment? Have you had a moment to let it all sink in?
Well, people were kind of asking us this question like this time last year as well, which is such a cool thing because, you know, we've had almost like 2 years of this now. It's just really been kind of a bit of a whirlwind of everything, you know. I mean, coming from, you know, where we're from to into this sort of like a back and forth, it sort of really shows just how much everything's stepping up and just how kind of into music people are getting and how many people sort of in the industry are kind of backing us and supporting us and things. So yeah, it's just the most humbling and exciting feeling in the world, and I really hope it doesn't stop anytime soon.
So I mean, a lot of I guess your success recently has perhaps been down to being picked up by Radio 1 and that sort of thing. I mean, how did that come about? Were you approached by them, or did you just end up being played on there and you got an email saying it's going to happen? Or?
It was kind of just when we were recording our debut album Signals, the guy that was producing it actually knew someone that would work rock bands onto the radio. So we literally went down there and a really rough mix of Lighthouse, played it to her, and she was, you know, she really liked it. So, and then from that point on, she kind of smashed it for us. You know what I mean?
So, I think Dan P. Carter as well took like a personal like to it.
Yeah.
And started playing us a lot, and then he did a guest slot on Fern's show, and he played one of our songs, and I think that was our sort of in to daytime radio as well. That really helped.
I think if Dan hadn't backed us the way he did, then it might not have been the same as it is now. So he is a big reason, I think, for the success on Radio 1 for us.
Because I mean, kind of the British melodic rock, I suppose, has kind of spread all over the whole schedule now on mainstream radio. I mean, have you seen it change over your time as a band, or you know, what do you think has led to it?
I think you know, music obviously changes and adapts and develops like quite quickly, you know, even within small genres. So we've definitely sort of seen bands sort of become more what they are today, like as we've sort of watched on. But in answer to your sort of question about like how it sort of happened, is I think people are genuinely just working their asses off. They really care about the music. They want to be as good as they possibly can at their instruments and stuff, and also they're just, you know, genuinely good guys. Like everyone seems to just be kind of so nice and so decent, and no worries, mate. It's all good. Not a problem.
Going back again.
Right.
Asthma attack apparently. That's probably allowed then. We'll let that happen.
Yeah, just the work ethic and the general vibe of people in the industry.
I think you just have to pay tribute to the UK rock bands at the moment. It kind of keeps everyone on their toes with how well everyone's doing. And you don't, or if you write a bad song, it might be like, oh, someone's there to just like take your spot kind of thing. So it's like a good competitive like nature around the UK rock, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's completely different now. I mean, I sort of remember growing up with Radio 1 and listening to it, and it was a very different type of music on that. And like, you know, I was driving to Reading and Zane Lowe was playing, and he was, you know, Marmozets were on, and you guys were on, and whatever, you know. It's
I mean, that's the thing as well. It's also a massive plus to have a station that really are kind of in touch with who is listening, you know, and who they want to listen as well. You know, there's lots and lots of kids out there with lots and lots of different tastes in music, and as such, you know, because it's the BBC and stuff, they're doing really well by kind of being available to everyone.
I think they really do listen, because I was listening to when Young Guns had their new single played by Zane Lowe the other day, and Zane said, like, whenever we play new up and coming British rock bands like ourselves and LTA and Def Havana, there's always just this influx of support coming from like Twitter and stuff, and like he picked up on it. So I think they just listen to what like people are into at the moment. You know?
What was it like when you kind of first heard yourself on mainstream radio? Not necessarily Radio 1, but kind of when, you know, and it was quite a while ago.
So bizarre. I said the other day, me and Dave used to come around my house at like 3 AM, like playing FIFA, because we had nothing else to do. And we used to go out. Can you imagine like Fern Cotton playing our song on Radio 1 one day? And then when it actually happened, it was kind of like, it feels like I'm just listening to it on my own CD player instead of the radio, and then you hear the voice come in. It's like so weird, man. I still don't get used to it now.
How often do you spend listening to yourself on a CD player?
A lot. Too long. And it's normally like trying to pick out what's wrong with it, like the bass is too loud there. Or...
Cool. So you've got your new album on the way, imminent.
Yes.
Sort of how are you feeling and the build up to it at the moment?
We're so excited, man. You know, we obviously you don't get to play it to many many people. We try to keep it on the keep it on the down low as much as we can. But when we do get to show people and stuff, the reaction is fantastic. Everyone seems really excited for it and excited for the potential of it. And that's really nice, because you can, as a band, you can think what you want about your record. You can think it's the best record in the entire world. But when it goes out and the real critics, the fans and stuff, are listening and they're saying what they like, that's where you really get the vibe from. So we try and stay as neutral as we can and then go from there. But the feedback we've had so far is phenomenal. So we really can't wait for everyone to kind of hear it now.
Because I heard there's a sort of an epically long song on it or something like that. That's like the one thing I've heard about it. I think that's spreading across the internet.
That's it. Yeah. It was 2 songs. We've collaborated the 2 together, and it's worked fantastically well. And we're really happy with that. We put a lot of effort into this record, and I think that song is kind of shows just kind of how far we've come and how hard we worked on this record.
So today you're on the second stage. Yes. Today you're on the main stage last year. Yeah. What can we expect differently, I guess, this year from last year, other than new songs? I assume there's going to be new songs. Do you feel like you're used to the Reading thing now, so you can be more relaxed? Or?
Not at all. I woke up this morning and told Joe that I was in a bit of a bad way because of how nervous I was. I haven't been this nervous since this time last year. There's something about this show that makes you, I guess, up your game, and when you get here, you see the scale of the whole thing, and
it's just so big, isn't it? It's like...
I think with being in the tent this year as well, I'd say it'd be like a lot more like. What's the word I'm looking for? But it's not going to be because the size of the thing.
Yeah, it's not your normal size.
No, but it's something like we used to watch as like kids growing up. You see the bands like on the highlight channel and all that, and it always seems like such a vibe in there. And I can't wait to get in there and just see what it's all about. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think we'll feed off it if the crowd are up for it, and hopefully that's how it's going to go. We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Cool. Well, excellent. Thank you very much, guys.
Nice.